Bringing a soul in your womb is not just a biological process according to our yogic and ancient wisdom. They do lay a lot of emphasis on who you are in the moment as a human being. You are bound to attract the same soul or the same energy and the same vibration.
हम गर्भ संस्कार की बात करते हैं, गर्भ धारण संस्कार की बात करते हैं, तो 3 स्टेजेस में बेसिकली प्रेगनेंसी में हम इन संस्कारों को, रिचुअल्स को या इन प्रैक्टिसेस को अपने जीवन में उतारते हैं. सो व्हाट आर द प्री प्रेगनेंसी रिचुअल्स दैट कम अंडर गर्भ संस्कार और कॉन्शियस कंसेप्शन?
There are many cases where the doctor or the science is not able to identify the reason. They themselves don't know. Every test is clear, everything is fine, but still the conception is not happening.
One experience that I personally went through was कि एक दिन मैं शायद काम में इतनी बिजी थी, मुझे कोई मूवमेंट से नहीं फील हुए, and we were so scared that day.
Have the positivity that it is going to unfold really beautifully. I am telling you, and this is not a joke, the more fears you hold on to, the lesser your chances of conception will be. 7.5 months almost, Shubhaji, I haven't had a single discomfort. No nausea, no pains, no problem, nothing.
Another thing that I want to talk about, Grisha ji, is your experience of Garbhadharan Sanskar or Garbhadan Sanskar that you had done. A lot of us don't know about it. So what was that? Take us through that. And why did you do that?
Coming to the biggest fear, which is miscarriages. 1 in 5 pregnancies जो होती हैं first few stages में डिस्कार्ड हो जाती हैं, बिकॉज अब ये संस्कार का नाम भी लोगों ने नहीं सुना है. अब गर्भाधान संस्कार फिर भी लोगों ने सुना होगा, बट द सेकेंड संस्कार विच इज डन आफ्टर द 3 months आर कंप्लीट.
In this whole conscious conception journey, what is the role of a father?
As much as there is a role of a mother.
Namaste and welcome to the Journey Within podcast with me, Shobha Rana. Today's conversation, this podcast is incredibly special to me because I am just a couple of days away from meeting the life, the baby that I'm nurturing in my womb. And joining me for this conversation is another expecting mother. She's also 7.5 months pregnant, a dear friend, a fellow yogini and founder of Adhyatma Yoga, Grisha Dhingra ji. This conversation between the two of us is not about just two pregnant women sitting in front of a mic and sharing their journeys, but it dives deeper into understanding the concept of conscious conception. Conscious conception होता क्या है? आप कैसे अपने body को, अपने mind को, अपने spirit को prepare करते हो for conception much before you are ready to become a parent, right? So what is that journey like? What kind of rituals that includes? What is गर्भधारण संस्कार? जो गर्भधारण करने से पहले आप संकल्प लेते हैं, the intention that you set, the practices that you follow, what are those practices? How do we integrate the ancient wisdom from our scriptures and yoga into our modern lives to become consciously aware parents to be? How do we become that version of ourselves that we want our child to learn from and grow with? So this conversation dives deeply into all these aspects of becoming a parent. And of course, we have shared our personal experiences. We have navigated through the fears that most mothers and couples, those are planning for a child, have. How to navigate through that. How to build a very robust mindset. Mindset से कैसे lead करें इस phase को, अपनी life के इस beautiful phase को. बहुत सारे इंडियन विस्टम में जो संस्कार्स हैं उनके बारे में हमने डिटेल में बात की है इस एपिसोड में. बहुत सारी प्रैक्टिसेस आपको प्रैक्टिकल हैंड आउट दिए हैं ताकि आप कल से ही अपनी लाइफ में वो उतार पाएँ. वेदर यू आर an expecting person already, or you are planning for a child or conception, or you just want to improve yourself and work on yourself and build a very strong and resilient mindset, because that's what a mother and a parent is. This episode is going to make a lot of sense to you. So do watch it till the very end and share it with everybody that comes to your mind who's going through the similar journey, because we need these hopeful and elevating conversations to kind of help us navigate through this very special phase of our life. On that note, let's meet Grisha Dhingra ji on the Journey Within podcast. But before that, just a quick reminder, if you like the work that we are doing here at the Journey Within podcast, we are helping you to design your best life. And if these conversations resonate with you, please do support the channel, like, comment and share on the videos. Press the bell icon so that you get all the updates. I mean, you do the needful. That will help us reach more people. And I promise you that we'll keep bringing these very authentic and honest conversations to you to help you find that comforting conversation and friend in the moments of despair. Now, let's meet Grisha Dhingra ji on the Journey Within podcast. नमस्कार ग्रीशा जी एंड वेलकम अगेन ऑन द जर्नी विद इन पॉडकास्ट। एक कॉन्वर्जेसन हमने पिछले साल की थी और वो इतना खूबसूरत था पॉडकास्ट, बहुत लोगों को बहुत पसंद आया। और इस वक्त पे मैं आपके साथ लाइफ का ये इतना इम्पॉर्टेंट, इतना ब्यूटीफुल, इतना ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव स्टेज जो है वो शेयर कर रही हूँ। बोथ ऑफ अस आर प्रेग्नेंट, यू आर 7.5 months, आई एम एनी डे अवे फ्रॉम माई डिलीवरी। मुझे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि आज भी हो सकती है, कल भी हो सकती है ना। दैट इज़ व्हाट द डॉक्टर्स आर सेइंग। एंड ये वक्त क्योंकि इतना स्पेशल है और इस वक्त की लर्निंग्स जो हैं वो इतनी स्पेशल हैं और इतना लोगों को काम आ सकती हैं, तो मुझे लगा इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट टू हैव दिस कॉन्वर्जेसन राइट नाउ विद समवन लाइक यू, जिन्होंने प्रेगनेंसी को सिर्फ एज अ बायोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस और जस्ट एज अ प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सटेंडिंग योर फैमिली नहीं देखा, बल्कि अ प्रोसेस ऑफ स्पिरिचुअली इवॉल्विंग योर सेल्फ। आप पिछले 1 साल से तैयारी कर रहे थे इस वक्त की कंसेप्शन को लेकर। सो लेट्स टॉक राइट देयर, व्हाट इज़ कॉन्शियस कंसेप्शन?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here again, Shobha ji. It is indeed very beautiful to share this moment, this phase with you. And it makes my heart so full. I was really looking forward to a conversation on this because lots of people have this question after I had shared my journey, that what is conscious conception. And even though I conducted webinars, but I always feel like a conversation with someone who's going through this is definitely going to be very, very helpful, not for females who are seeking this path, but also who already are there and now, you know, in their garbhavastha. So this is going to be a helpful conversation, I feel, I believe, you know, for both of them. And before I start doing this question and answer, I just want to say I'm very proud of you. I know last night we've had this conversation that, you know, your doctor said anytime now, Shobha ji, and you're still, you know, doing seva, you're still here sitting and working. That's one of the lessons I want to give out to all the females, that keep working till your last date, because that is what keeps you going, you know, unless there is any issue or
completely believe in that and endorse that.
Keep doing what drives you. That's one of the things that keeps you going and, you know, makes the whole process very easy.
Yeah, it keeps your mind also kind of centered, you know, क्योंकि जब आप वो चीज़ कर रहे होते हो जो आप जेन्युइनली एंजॉय करते हो करना, और जो एक तरह से आपका ही एक्सटेंशन हो गया है, जैसे आप योग सिखाते हो, आप रिट्रीट्स करते हो, आप साधना करते हो, तो आप और आपकी साधना में गैप नहीं है, वो आपका ही एक पार्ट है। उसी तरह से जो काम मैं करती हूँ, चाहे वो योग करना है, अब सिखाती तो नहीं हूँ, बहुत कम, लेकिन योग करना या फिर ये पॉडकास्ट करना, लोगों के लिए एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्रिएट करने की इच्छा रखना, दैट बिकम्स अ पार्ट ऑफ यू। और जब तक आप अपने हर पार्ट से कनेक्टेड हो, मुझे लगता है कोई भी जर्नी और ज़्यादा फ्रूटफुल और मीनिंगफुल हो जाती है। तो वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉन्शियस पेरेंटिंग, कॉन्शियस कंसेप्शन फर्स्ट, कि होता क्या है, कैसे कॉन्शियसली कंसीव करें?
So it's a very, very meaningful question, because a lot of people talk about conception, but they are not aware of conscious conception and how important it is, you know. So conscious conception is everything else minus the biological process of conceiving. Okay, while that is a part of conscious conception, for people's understanding of conception is tracking the ovulation dates, right, following those dates, and then attempting the conception, and then waiting, and then, you know, until you find out. For them, this is called the understanding of conception. However, in the Shastras, in Garbha Upanishad, and in the yogic path, according to our Hindu culture, which is so profound and ancient, there is something called conscious conception, meaning preparing yourself for that one day, for that one moment. And that preparation has lots of beautiful practices, not only preparing the body, because it's very clearly written that bringing a soul in your womb is not just a biological process according to our yogic and ancient wisdom. They do lay a lot of emphasis on who you are in the moment as a human being. You are bound to attract the same soul or the same energy and the same vibration. We pay so much attention to कि हमें conceive हो जाए before even thinking कि आप कितने ज़्यादा ज़िम्मेदार हैं आने वाली जनरेशन को शेप देने के लिए, और वो हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स के हिसाब से उस प्रेपरेशन में इंक्लूड होता है, ना कि कंसीविंग में. तो हमें सिर्फ हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स ये कहते हैं, हमारी एंशिएंट नॉलेज ये कहती है कि आपको सिर्फ एक ह्यूमन नहीं देना है सोसाइटी को, आपको एक बहुत प्रोफाउंड मीनिंगफुल सोल देनी है, और उसके लिए आपको खुद एक कंप्लीट प्रोसेस से गुजरना होगा, सो दैट योर कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल इज़ दैट गुड that you're able to invite or hold such a powerful soul in your womb. दिस इज़ कॉल्ड कॉन्शियस कंसेप्शन. और योग और आयुर्वेद में और हमारे शास्त्रों में इसका एक बहुत सुंदर प्रक्रिया है. इसमें रिचुअल्स भी आते हैं, इसमें योगिक प्रैक्टिसेस भी आती हैं, इसमें आयुर्वेद भी आता है, प्योरिफिकेशन भी आती है, स्ट्रेंथनिंग प्रैक्टिसेस भी आती हैं, सर्टेन टाइप ऑफ मिताहार ईटिंग भी इंक्लूड होती है, प्राणिक प्रैक्टिसेस भी इन्वॉल्व होती है, और स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिसेस. सो इट्स लिटरली वेरी होलसम प्रोसेस which ideally should start if you have lots of time. If you have 1 year at hand, that's the very good time, because it takes that much time to purify you completely. If you don't have that much time, then you have 6-month window, then you have 3-month window. So according to Ayurveda, it's 3 months, but if you go by the yogic scriptures and Garbhadhan and everything, then at least 1 year of preparation is what you should keep in mind if you have time. But minimum 3 months are required for this conscious conception, preparing yourself at all levels of your existence to bring a soul. That's how profound it is.
All the people who are hearing this conversation, it's very important that you understand that biology is one aspect of how the new life is going to come into the world. But there is other aspect which is energetical, which is spiritual, which is emotional, which is also mental in a lot of ways, and that is something that the conscious conception focuses on. हम गर्भ संस्कार की बात करते हैं, गर्भ धारण संस्कार की बात करते हैं. तो 3 स्टेजेस में बेसिकली प्रेगनेंसी में हम इन संस्कारों को, रिचुअल्स को या इन प्रैक्टिसेस को अपने जीवन में उतारते हैं. फर्स्ट इज़ लाइक यू सेड, 1 साल पहले का अगर आपके पास टाइम है, आप प्लान कर रहे हैं, तो मेक ऑल ऑफ दीज प्रैक्टिसेस जिनके बारे में हम बात करेंगे अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट प्लान. नॉट ओनली कि मैं फाइनेंशियली तब तक मेरी इतनी सैलरी हो जाएगी, इतने सेविंग्स हो जाएंगे, हम उस वाले घर में शिफ्ट करेंगे. इट्स गुड टू डू ऑल ऑफ दैट एज वेल, बट हम जिस शरीर में पहला घर जो उस बच्चे को दे रहे हैं, उस सोल को दे रहे हैं, वो क्या होगा. यू नो, हम कितना सोचते हैं जब एक बच्चे की बात होती है कि हम किस घर में रहेंगे, हमें किस जगह पे रहना है, बट जो सोल को जहाँ रहना है पूरे 9-10 महीने, वो जगह कैसी है, उसकी प्योरिटी के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द प्री प्रेगनेंसी. अभी तक आपने कंसीव नहीं किया है, हम उस पहले वाली विंडो की बात कर रहे हैं. सो व्हाट आर द प्री प्रेगनेंसी रिचुअल्स दैट कम अंडर गर्भ संस्कार और कॉन्शियस कंसेप्शन?
ओके, सो गर्भ संस्कार अपने आप में एक बहुत प्रोफाउंड और एक बहुत इंडिविजुअल साइंस है, जिस दैट इन्वॉल्व्स अ लॉट ऑफ आहार, विचार, और किस प्रकार का आपका आचरण है मदर का, वो सब वहाँ पे कवर होता है. बट कमिंग बैक टू फर्स्ट द प्योरिफिकेशन, सी आई ऑलवेज से, एंड वी डिड डिस्कस अबाउट इट, दैट योर बॉडी अकॉर्डिंग टू योगा इज़ नॉट जस्ट द फिजिकल बॉडी. इट इज़ मेड अप ऑफ 5 layers. They say, we call it panchakosh, right? So first is your physical body, then is your pranic body, then is your mental body, then is your wisdom body also, they say, and then comes the bliss body. So there are 5 layers. So there is a complete wholesome process of starting, let's say, for the physical body. What are the things that we need to keep in mind? For physical body, hatha yoga is the direct link between physical and pranic body. So hatha yoga is designed to work on these 2 layers of you. अब hatha yoga के अंदर बहुत सारी शतक्रियाएँ होती हैं. I want to highlight this before I go ahead and explain the practices. So we see nowadays a lot of couples who are trying to conceive face a lot of challenges in conception, you know, and not just with the women, even men are facing problems, right? And what happens is, there are many cases the people who have spoken to us, there are many cases where the doctor or the science is not able to identify the reason. They themselves don't know. Every test is clear, everything is fine, but still the conception is not happening. Now understand, that means the problem is not at the physical level at all. It is definitely at the energetic level, pranic level. That's why the second layer is pranic purification. So for the physical body, you have to have a discipline of your vyayam, whether that is yoga, whether you choose strength training. However, yoga is very 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 profound. Asanas are very profound. They work both on your physical body and energy body. नाड़ीज़ के ऊपर भी वो कार्य करते हैं पूरा. सो आसन का एक बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट डिसिप्लिन होना अनिवार्य है, क्योंकि वो प्योरिफिकेशन करता है फिजिकल लेवल पे. देन मिताहार करना. फॉर एग्जांपल, व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड दिस जर्नी, आई शिफ्टेड टू कम्प्लीटली होम कुक्ड मील्स, लेस स्पाइसीज, वेरी सिंपली कुक्ड, अर्दन पॉट्स में बना हुआ खाना. सारे प्रकार के पैकेज फूड्स मेरे घर से हमने निकाल दिए थे. ऑल्दो थे भी नहीं इतने, बट all of those were removed. I switched to 2 meals a day, for to enhance my pranic sadhana and to get there, because meditation, I was really leveling up my meditation. For that you need to eat less food, so that including strength training to strengthen especially females, including at least 2 to 3 days or 2 days of some sort of resistance training, especially if you are 30 plus and you are now planning to conceive, is required. This is to take care of your physical body. Shat kriya, so many 6 cleansing kriyas. Cleansing of the nasal and the prefrontal cortex, cleansing of your esophagus, cleansing of the intestine, cleansing of your excretory organs, cleansing of your liver, of your stomach, of your lungs. All of this called purification, physical purification process. Then comes the second layer, which is pranic purification, having a discipline of eating high pranic foods, conducting high pranic practices, also doing pranayam every single day. I have I have very less words to explain the power of pranayam in fixing all your hormones, all your vayus. I think for me, pranayam has played the most important role in my easy conception. It was really effortless, and all thanks to the key pranayams that I held on to for at least 1 year. One of them is Kapalabhati Kriya, Nadi Shuddhi Kriya, Anulom Vilom. Nadi Shuddhi is the most powerful pranayam that everyone who is in this stage should hold on to, regardless of anything. It has a lot of capacity to not only purify your pranic body, but also remove all the fears. We're going to come to the mental body next. Now coming to the mental body, where through the thoughts, through the manifestations, through the positivity, affirmations, you are literally preparing every cell of your body for this. There should be absolutely no fear in you when you are stepping into this journey, and that comes by preparing your mental body. Then wisdom, raising your values, because if your values are good, if you are wise, you are obviously going to give the greatest gift to your child. We keep thinking we want to give good house, good education, all of that to your child, but parents need to understand the greatest gift that you can give to your child is the values you give. Because everything else they can earn, everything else they can build, but values is something that will remain with them, and that will come only from you, right? So that is preparing that mental body, reading the scriptures, reading the books, listening to gurus, listening to high spiritual teachers. Having a discipline for that is very very important, right? And then comes the bliss body. Of course, when everything is purified, you are bound to experience the contentment in your heart, the bliss in your heart. So these are a bunch of practices you need to do to be able to prepare yourself on a surface level. If you have specific questions, we can go deeper into every layer one by one.
I completely agree and endorse the ideas that you're discussing, because having practicing yoga for 12 years, teaching for a few years, I completely know when you said that प्राणायाम को आप एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते हो कि क्या उसका पावर है वर्ड्स में. वर्ड्स में यू कैन ओनली से इनफ, लेकिन जो उसका एक्सपीरियंशियल डिफरेंस आपकी लाइफ में आता है, जो करने के बाद ही आता है, दैट इज़ व्हाट आई टेल पीपल. इनफैक्ट हमने लास्ट कॉन्वर्जेशन भी जो की थी पॉडकास्ट के लिए, वहाँ भी एक एम्फोसिस इस बात पे ज़रूर दिया था कि आप क्वेश्चंस कम पूछें प्राणायाम के बारे में, करके देखें, ताकि आपकी लाइफ में वो टच कर पाए. प्राणायाम आपको वो दे पाए जो देने की उनमें क्षमता है. क्योंकि जब हम आसनों की फिजिकल प्रैक्टिसेस की बात करते हैं तो बहुत आसान है नंबर्स में मेजर करना कि मेरा इतना इंच कम हो गया, मेरा इतना वेट ऐसा हो गया, मुझे ये गोल करना था, मुझे सर घुटनों पे लगाना था, वो लग गया। तो इट्स अ वेरी ग्रॉस लेवल थिंग्स दैट यू कैन सी एंड टेल कि हाँ मेरी प्रोग्रेस हो रही है। लेकिन प्राणायाम में एक सटल शिफ्ट जो आता है आपकी पूरी बॉडी के अंदर प्योरिफिकेशन का, और वो जो प्योरिफिकेशन में आपके थॉट लेवल तक चला जाता है।
Absolutely. और समय लगता है। आप आसन में हो सकता है 3 महीने में 2 महीने में कोई फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी अचीव कर ले, लेकिन प्राणायाम में वो स्थिरता और वो इफेक्टिविटी आने के लिए इट टेक्स डिसिप्लिन। दैट्स व्हाई 1 ईयर, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम लेइंग एम्फेसिस ऑन 1 ईयर।
मुझे लगता है उससे भी ज़्यादा साल लग जाते हैं।
मिनिमम 1 ईयर तो खैर मतलब मैं आपसे कहूँ कि इट्स लिटरली लाइक द मोस्ट फंडामेंटल रिक्वायरमेंट। बट ये है कि एटलीस्ट द प्रिलिमिनरी लेवल चेंजेस यू बिगिन टू सी इफ एटलीस्ट 1 ईयर और 6 months यू आर पुटिंग इनटू इट, एंड दैट टू आई एम सेइंग एवरी सिंगल डे, no Sunday Saturday off, okay, every single day if you do it, you can do it for 3 days, you will see the changes, okay, maybe here and there you will do it for 5 days, good, but if you do it every single day, that's when your life completely transforms.
So one is that pranayama practice जो यहाँ से लोगों को I want to give as a takeaway कि इस चीज़ को ज़रूर highlight करना चाहूँगी कि you should incorporate this in your life, especially when you are a mother to be and a father to be. इट विल कम्प्लीटली शिफ्ट योर माइंड सेट ऑल्सो। और ये हम जब वर्ड्स में समझने की कोशिश करते हैं बहुत डीपर लेवल पे नहीं समझ में आता है कि सांस को लेने या उसको अलग तरीके से लेने वाले प्रैक्टिसेस करने से माइंड पे क्या शिफ्ट होगा। लेकिन वो करके देखने से व्हेन इट एंटर्स योर सटल बॉडी एंड स्टार्ट्स चेंजिंग योर माइंड सेट, योर कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल, देन यू रियलाइज द पावर ऑफ इट। दूसरी चीज़ जो ग्रीशा जी आपने बात की, दैट वॉज अबाउट फियर्स। नाउ प्रेगनेंसी इज़ वन फेज विच कम्स विद अ लॉट ऑफ फियर, which comes with a sense of deep uncertainty, unpredictable है completely. तो the mother to be is fearful of a lot of things कि मेरी आने वाली ज़िंदगी कैसी होगी, मैं वापस अपना काम शुरू कर पाऊँगी कि नहीं कर पाऊँगी। ये तो हैं प्रेगनेंसी के बाद के fears. During pregnancy बहुत सारे fears होते हैं from the day you conceive, because you have so many hormonal ups and downs in your body. आपका food cycle change होने लगता है, physical body change होने लगती है, plus first 3 months are so crucial. तो बहुत सारी बातें आप अलग अलग जगहों से सुनते हो, किसी को बताना मत प्रेगनेंसी के बारे में, फर्स्ट 3 months में मिसकैरेज के भी चांसेस बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं। दोज फियर्स ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ ग्रिप यू। उसके बाद जब जर्नी आगे बढ़ती है तो फिर जब आप धीरे धीरे बेबी के मूवमेंट्स फील करने लगते हो, वन एक्सपीरियंस दैट आई पर्सनली वेंट थ्रू वाज कि एक दिन मैं शायद काम में इतनी बिजी थी, मुझे कोई मूवमेंट्स ही नहीं फील हुए, एंड वी वर सो स्कैर्ड दैट डे। नेक्स्ट डे हमने इमरजेंसी में गए, मी एंड माई हस्बैंड, बोथ ऑफ अस वर क्राइंग एंड बोथ ऑफ अस वर हाइडिंग फ्रॉम ईच अदर इन अ वे, लेकिन पता तो चल रहा था, वी वर जस्ट क्राइंग कि यार पता नहीं कुछ हो तो नहीं गया, समथिंग लाइक दैट। सो irrespective of all of these practices that these fears kind of engulf you. I'm sharing a very personal experience ताकि ये पता चले कि चीज़ें और fears बहुत रियल हैं।
बिल्कुल रियल है, हाँ।
तो ये जो रियल fears हैं इनसे कैसे डील करें प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम पे, स्पेशली द मदर्स टू बी, the fears that they face, how to deal them during the pregnancy?
I'm going to take some time to answer this because ये pregnancy के साथ शुरू होता ही नहीं है. Let me take you back from the time you are thinking of conception and how you are before that, before even thinking. I'll tell you, your fear centers don't suddenly trigger when you get pregnant. They are in a habit of getting triggered previously, continuously, and only those who जिनका fear centers बहुत hyper active रहता है generally in life, अभी कंसेप्शन के का विचार भी नहीं आया है लेकिन आपका फियर सेंटर हमेशा एक्टिव रहता है, या आप टेंशन रहते हैं, आप उसको बार बार ट्रिगर करते रहते हैं, या आपके हाथ में नहीं है अब, इट्स नॉट इन योर हैंड एनी मोर, इट गेट्स ट्रिगर्ड ओवर लिटिल सिचुएशन. Anything that you are experiencing then, it's going to multiply the more closer you get to this stage. That is why this 1 year of 6 months or 3 months of preparation. Why? Because you have to work on all of these fears, and that's why I remember just before this question I said every cell of your body should be prepared for pregnancy. That means there should be absolutely no fear. Now let me take you back to, for example, I'll give you a very simple example. Lots of people reach out to us before even trying to attempt to conceive. They already have a fear. What if we don't conceive?
Exactly.
What if? So imagine you are starting a journey but your heart is so full of doubt. See, please understand. And I have 100-200 plants in my house. I grow vegetables. I'll give you a simple example. not every bud that comes out of that plant transform into a fruit. Okay, it's very natural in the beginning to experience a little delays. It may take some time. Not everybody or not every time we can expect perfectionism out of ourselves or out of this process. There's a lot of faith in God involved when it comes to you work on purifying yourself. Have the positivity that it is going to unfold really beautifully. I am telling you, and this is not a joke, the more fears you hold on to, the lesser your chances of conception will be.
I completely believe that.
Because fears create stress in the body, and with doubts and fears, this process becomes even more difficult. That's why I laid so much emphasis on every cell of your body should be ready for it. That means try to talk so much positivity in yourself that I am ready to be a mother. Before even become a mother, start manifesting, start visualizing. I remember me and my husband used to go for walks. We used to talk about things like one day we will be walking like this, holding each other's hand. You will be holding my water bottle, maybe a banana in your hand, and I will have this big belly. You will be so these are the conversations you need to have with your partner, where you are manifesting pregnancy, manifesting that phase already. And that brings so much positivity to every cell of your body that you begin to feel like it's going to be the most beautiful thing in my life. And then you see when these fears go away, and along with that, Nadi Shodhan, Pranayam, Anulom Vilom. Because Pranayam, Nadi Shodhan, because of the breath retention, it works directly on your fear centers. You may think it's not direct or indirect, whatever, but it is working on your fear centers. One of the most greatest benefits of Nadi Shodhan is that it works on your amygdala, which is your fear trigger gland. Now, when it works on that, parallelly you are working on all of that. Second, you are working on your body, so you feel confident in the body. So when you feel confident in your body that I'm healthy, I am strong, my body is so ready for this, half of your fears come down. And third is your mind. Mind is talking, doing pratipaksha bhav, we say in yoga, meaning talking. There are going to be negative talks that will come from within, but then change them into positive. That's called pratipaksha bhav sadhana, or establishing pratipaksha bhav in you and having those conversations with your partner. Trust me, the more you work on eliminating all of these fears before conception, half of your fears will go away during pregnancy. Now, coming to the conception stage, let's say you have conceived beautifully, everything is fine. Please, here is one thing that I want to share from my personal experience, and I hope this is going to be very helpful. Whenever you talk about pregnancy to anyone, everyone will have their own experiences, their own set of insecurities, their own set of fears, which they will share with you. What we do is, that's the biggest mistake we do, is we let their fears become our fears. Let's say today you are not feeling any discomfort, but let's say I have gone through a pregnancy where I had certain set of discomforts. Now I'm going to tell you, Shobha ji, this is going to happen to you. You will see by 4th month you will get this, by 5th month, and now your mind has absorbed it and it's constantly thinking about it. I am telling you, even if naturally you were not bound to experience it, now it is going to happen to you because your mind has literally overthought it and manifested that discomfort.
You start attracting that.
I mean, 7.5 months, believe me, I did this practice. I listened to people, but I did not let anyone get to my head. I always said, this is my pregnancy, I'm going to have my own experiences, and anything that I face, I'm going to deal with it then and there. I'm not going to think about it now. 7.5 months almost, Shobhaji, I haven't had a single discomfort. No nausea, no pains, no problem, nothing. Not because of just the mind thing. I had been preparing, I had been keeping this mindset for a very long time. This is one of the ways to work on your fears. From that time till now, your entire pregnancy becomes absolutely fearless, trust me. Lastly, I want to say that the more information you consume, the more you are sort of, creating fears in your body. Please understand, birthing and pregnancy is a very natural process to a mother. Honestly speaking, if you are connected to your body really well, your body and energy system will constantly guide you You don't really have to have a rule book coming from someone who has written based on their own experiences to do certain things or to not do certain things. The more connected you are to your body, the more natural and the more beautiful, guidebook you will get from your own body and your own energy system. So trust that as well. The problem with today's females is that they rely so much on the information coming from the books, coming from multiple people, even sometimes your doctors. It's okay, they are trying to guide you, but not everything you will go through necessarily, right? And even from your friends, family, anyone you know, so they have their own set of rule books and guides that they give you. Good, it's helpful, use them when the time comes. You don't have to hold on to them all the time. Let your body tell you what you want. Let your baby tell you what you want.
Basically have your own unique experience.
Absolutely.
Don't let somebody else's story kind of overwrite your experience, because we often do that in life, right? We try to live our experiences from somebody else's lens unconsciously. It's not that we want to do it, but because we have grasped so much, we have heard so much, that automatically my idea of having that experience is through that other person's narrative. Forget about pregnancy. If we just talk about, let's say, going to a vacation. My friend is recently in Japan. Now she's telling me so many things about that experience that I already have a thing about Japan in my head.
Exactly.
Then obviously you see so much on social media, then you have that map also.
Yes.
So now me going to Japan is already loaded with a certain kind of expectation, with a certain kind of narrative, with certain positive things that I'm expecting, with certain negative inputs that I've got and I want to resist. So this is something where I think real work comes in, where you kind of anchor yourself within yourself and you say that, I will let my body's intelligence, the process that is happening for millions of years, not only to humans but to all, beings on this planet, will take its own course and will happen, how it is designed to happen. So that is one very beautiful, experience that one can take away from this. And the thing that you talked about, fear, Grisha ji, such an important and valid point that you raised, that you have to, this journey is evolving beautifully for you, and I'm so happy to see that. And I've spoken to a lot of mothers in this period, just generally, while waiting at the doctor's appointment here and there and stuff. And it is not even surprising to see that the kind of mental state you are in, or the kind of person that you are, is what your experiences are going to be. If you are naturally a fearful person, if you are naturally stress-ridden, anxiety-ridden, then your experience of pregnancy is also loaded with those kind of factors. So to purify yourself fully is a beautiful practice that one can take away from here. And जो आपने 1 साल के पीरियड की बात की ना, वो इतनी खूबसूरत ओपनिंग है इस पॉडकास्ट के लिए. अगर जेन्युइनली लोग उस प्रैक्टिस में एंकर कर जाएं, तो मुझे लगता है बहुत कुछ हम बदल सकते हैं. अच्छा वर्चुअस बेबी, एक बच्चा जो उसकी बहुत हाई वैल्यूज़ हों, जो बहुत काबिल हो, जो बहुत काइंड हो, कंपैशनेट हो, एम्पैथेटिक हो, हम सब रेज़ करना चाहते हैं. बट आप जो बात कर रहे हो कि आप खुद ऐसे बनेंगे पहले,
बिल्कुल,
और वो एक रियल चैलेंज है.
हाँ.
और हम इतने ट्रिगर बेस्ड लाइफ जीते आ रहे हैं, स्पेशली नाउ दैट women are conceiving mostly in their 30s, so their triggers are coming from multiple factors. One is their own families that they come from, one is the kind of relationships, friendships they have built around them, one is the kind of workspace they have. So there are so many stressors and triggers coming and keeping you in a hyper reactive mode always. Sometimes that reaction is of happiness, जब कुछ अच्छा हो जाता है आपके काम पे या आपके घर में. Mostly that reaction is of some sort of, I won't say negativity, it's a strong word, but कुछ ना कुछ उस realm में जहाँ से थोड़ा anxiety, थोड़ा stress ये trigger होता है. तो our emotion centers are so hyperactive. How do we calm them down? If we have to, let's say, list down a couple of practices that will calm down these hyperactive emotional systems and triggers, what would those be, especially during pregnancy?
So my personal advice to all the couples who are about to begin this journey and wish to pursue the path of purification, I just want to say that right now you really have to work on your mindset when it comes to prioritizing things. This is the most, people say pregnancy is the most valuable phase. It is indeed, but I feel this phase is rather far more valuable, because whatever you build in yourself now is going to really shape up your experiences and your child when the pregnancy comes. So when it comes to this phase, whether it's a 6 months, 3 months, whatever one you are keeping, you need to prioritize that my pregnancy or my journey is the most important thing right now. When you prioritize something, let's say for you, Shobhaji, eating your breakfast is the most valuable part of your day. Let's say, let's give it, I'm going to give a layman example, and that's something that sets the tone for the rest of the day. Now you're someone who becomes absolutely serious about it, that while I'm having this 1 hour with me, while I eat, relax, watch sunrise or whatever, or let's say your yoga practice becomes very valuable to you, everything else should happen after that or before that, right? That means for you, that one thought of waking up and giving myself that sweet breakfast, or giving myself that half an hour of meditation, or just watching the sunrise is the most important thing. Understand, similarly, your childbirth journey or conception journey should become your priority. It should. जैसे जितना इम्पोर्टेंट हमारे लिए हमारा जॉब, हमारा करियर, ये सब होता है जो कि आपने इतने साल दिए उसको, ऑब्वियसली अब वो अच्छी स्टेज पे है, और अगर नहीं भी है, लेकिन जब व्हेन इट कम्स टू कंसीविंग अ चाइल्ड, तो वो आपकी टॉप मोस्ट प्रायोरिटी होना चाहिए. अब जब वो आपकी टॉप मोस्ट प्रायोरिटी बन गया, अब आपको हमेशा इस बात का ख्याल रहेगा कि मुझे अपने शरीर के अंदर वैसा भोजन नहीं डालना जो इसको सपोर्ट ना करे. मुझे उस तरीके से अपनी दिनचर्या, अपना डिसिप्लिन रखना है जो मेरी बॉडी को हेल्दी बनाए. मुझे ऐसे प्राणायाम या प्राणिक प्रैक्टिसेस करनी है जो मुझे हेल्प करे, और मुझे ऐसे मित्र, दोस्त और ऐसी कंपनी से डिस्टेंस बना के रखना है जो मुझे इमोशनली कंज्यूम करते हैं. माई वन पीस ऑफ एडवाइस टू ऑल ऑफ दोज पेरेंट्स टू बी, it's all right to cut off from people who consume your energy, and there is no harm in that. No, you are not selfish. You are selfish if you are not preserving the energy which is bound to go to a soul which is about to arrive and come into your womb. You have to preserve the energy. That's why yogis leave the sansar and go and live in the jungle. No, they are not selfish. They know if they don't prepare themselves by preserving that energy, then how will they come back into the world to help us? Similarly, go into the hibernation where it's absolutely all right to take a break or cut off from people or situation or conditions that really consume a lot. Let's say you work in an environment, आप जॉब भी नहीं छोड़ सकते हैं, लेकिन आप वहाँ पे इमोशनली कैसे कट ऑफ, दो कट ऑफ होते हैं, एक फिज़िकल कट ऑफ होता है, एक मेंटल कट ऑफ होता है, ठीक है? तो फिज़िकल कट ऑफ जॉब एनवायरनमेंट में नहीं हो सकता, घर परिवार में ऐसे लोगों से नहीं हो सकता. वहाँ पे योग हमें सिखाता है उपेक्षाणाम, उपेक्षा कर दो, यानी अपने मन में ये मान लो कि यह व्यक्ति शायद मुझे समझने की क्षमता नहीं रखता, इसलिए मुझे इस पर्टिकुलर व्यक्ति से एक डिस्टेंस बना के रखना है. मुझे इनसे कोई नफ़रत नहीं है, कोई गुस्सा नहीं है, कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन भी नहीं है. बिकमिंग एक्वानमस, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो प्रिवेंट योर इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ एनर्जी इनटू पीपल जिनको आप अभी हैंडल नहीं कर सकते. एंड नो, इन योगा इट्स नॉट कॉल्ड बीइंग सेल्फिश. लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव दिस मिसकंसेप्शन दैट्स दिस इज़ लिटरली कॉल्ड उपेक्षा कर देना. ऐसा कोई भी व्यक्ति, सिचुएशन, इमोशन जो आपको पता है कि आपकी बहुत एनर्जी कंज्यूम करता है, उसे मेंटल कट ऑफ कर दो, उपेक्षा कर दो उस व्यक्ति की. और ऐसा करने से आपको इतनी ऊर्जा प्राप्त होगी, इतनी एनर्जी आपकी प्रिजर्व होगी जो आपको एक इमोशनली स्टेबल स्टेट में रखेगा. दूसरा, जो आपका डिसिप्लिन है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. लेट्स से सुबह का 1-1.5 घंटा आप अपने लिए रखते हैं, अपनी साधना के लिए, अपनी प्योरिफिकेशन के लिए. वो 1-1.5 घंटा इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ योर डे, बिकॉज दैट इज़ गोइंग टू लिटरली हेल्प you maneuver through all the emotions you might face during the day. So that's very important. So एक तो उपेक्षा भाव लेकर आइए, प्रतिपक्ष भाव लेकर आइए, जैसे मैंने कहा समता का भाव लेके आइए. परफेक्शनिज्म सीख करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. अगर कुछ चीज़ें आपके हिसाब से नहीं भी हो रही हैं, कोई बात नहीं, आपके मन में होना चाहिए लेट द वर्ल्ड बी, आई एम फोकस्ड हियर, let the world be, I'm focused here, let this coffee spill, I am focused here. That's why making this priority is important. जैसा कि मैंने कहा, प्राणायाम, नाड़ी शोधन और having this morning discipline that helps you connect to yourself. Lot of people ask me, ma'am, what kind of book we should read during pregnancy or before? I said the only book you should read is self. The name of that book is called Self. Because the more you connect to yourself, the more it's going to really help you in the conception phase and even post pregnancy. So the only book that I will recommend is Read the Self. That is going to take away all your emotional fluctuations. And remember, your baby, your conception, your pregnancy is the most important thing in your life.
You know, Grisha ji, when you connect deeply with yourself and your own body's intelligence, then you don't even need to learn these things or hear these things, that what kind of people you should distance yourself from, what kind of experiences you should distance yourself from, because your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit is so intelligent, especially when you're pregnant. Because वो कहते हैं ना, literally एक mother जो है वो tigress बन जाती है उस time पे, वो lioness बन जाती है, क्योंकि उसकी अंदर इतनी strong instinct आ जाती है. Naturally, this is nature has given you कि आपको किसके साथ चलना है, किससे दोस्ती रखनी है, किसके साथ नहीं चलना है, कौन सी जगह नहीं जाना है. Your body is constantly guiding you. But are you listening to it? That is something I think हम लोग इतने ज़्यादा outwardly driven हो गए हैं. That's why the journey within podcast कि अब अपने अंदर लौट आएं, ताकि वो hearing ability, listening to our own body's intelligence, तो फिर हमें सुनने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा विचार विमर्श तर्क वितर्क करने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है कि इनके साथ रखना है, उनके साथ नहीं करना है, ऐसा करना है, या मैं सेल्फिश तो नहीं हो रही हूँ. ये जितने सारे हमें डाउट वाले जो थॉट्स आते हैं, ये सब आने बंद हो जाते हैं व्हेन यू स्टार्ट कनेक्टिंग विद अ डीपर इंटेलिजेंस विद इन यू. एंड स्पेशली ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी, आई हैव पर्सनली एक्सपीरियंस्ड इट. कई चीज़ों की हमारे अंदर हमें लगता है स्ट्रेंथ कम है, या कई डिसीजंस जो नहीं हो पा रहे होते हैं, या कहीं इमोशनली आपको लगता है कि शायद ऐसा ना करें, वैसा ना करें. बट एट दिस टाइम यू बिकम सो strong. Nature makes you so strong, but do you really have the courage to execute those decisions? क्योंकि हम इतने सालों से पीपल प्लीजिंग और एम्बिशन की ड्राइव और बहुत सारी चीज़ों में लगे होते हैं कि उसको गिव अप करना भी आसान नहीं होता है. हमें पता है, जैसे आपने कहा कि कुछ तरह के अगर लोग हैं, एनवायरनमेंट है, वहाँ से कट ऑफ भी करना ज़रूरी है. हमें पता भी होता है, बट हमारे अंदर करेज नहीं होती है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो खासकर अपने चुने हुए या फिर अपने आप को दिए हुए लोग हैं, जो आपका परिवार है या आपके बहुत क्लोज फ्रेंड्स हैं, और उन लोगों के साथ एक डिस्टेंस ले आना, वी डोंट हैव द करेज टू डू दैट, बिकॉज कैसे करेंगे? So connecting with yourself gives you those answers, gives you that courage. That is like how you prepare your mind for this beautiful experience that motherhood is. Now that we're talking about कि motherhood के बीच की जो ये pregnancy के बीच की जो journey है, ये जिस तरह से जा रही है, आपने अपने personal experiences share किए. Let's talk about the very first experience also. जब first time पता चला था that now you're pregnant. When was that? How was that reaction for you? Was it overwhelming? Were you feeling a lot of things? Or was it like, yeah, it's okay?
No. See, it was really, really beautiful. Sort of was unexpected, because sharing very personal moments here, because I know lots of women out there are my fellow friends, my sisters, and they need to know. Because I was preparing myself. Actually, I had been in sadhana for 4 years, but that 1 year is what I dedicated to this whole. So I really took up my practices up a notch. So we attempted only once. So it was just one ovulation cycle. Now again, because we listen to people, everybody, and I'm 30 plus, I'm turning 33 now. So lots of people had this, it's not easy to conceive in one go. It takes X number of months, X number. See, even us, we take their notion and make it ours, right? So in a way, me and my husband both were in a thought process that it's at least going to take 3 months, right? I knew my body. I knew it's not going to take longer. That was for sure. I was so confident about the journey and everything. But then so one day before I took the test, I had this intuition, and this was before I got my cycle. It was just 2 days before that. I somehow that night told my husband, let's get a kit. I somehow I don't know, but just let's get it, whether we test it or not test it, or we wait for the cycle to pass.
Ordered it from Blinkit there and then. Both of us
for
were
me, so if 18 was my cycle, I was, it was 16th night, and me and my husband somehow I didn't sleep that night. I was pregnant. I didn't know. I didn't sleep.
And you knew you were pregnant?
I didn't know.
Intuitively,
I had some feeling. That whole night, I couldn't sleep. I was just tossing, turning. Something was going on in my heart. At 3:30 a.m. in the morning, exactly when the Brahm Muhurat time came, I woke up from the bed, and I was like, let me drink some water, let me go to the washroom. I had that kid sitting in front of me, which I had no intention of testing, because somewhere that विकल्प was also there, that इतनी जल्दी किसी को भी कंसीव नहीं होता है एक साइकिल में, ऐसा
That
नहीं
thought
होता.
that you
That
borrow
thought
from
was
others.
there, हाँ, that we borrow from others.
सी इतनी साधना के बाद भी वो एक ट्रिगर तो आपको करता ही है.
वो आप कहीं ना कहीं बैक ऑफ द माइंड आपके सबकॉन्शियस में रहेगा ही रहेगा, लेकिन आपका संकल्प कितना स्ट्रांग है वो बहुत मैटर करता है. तो संकल्प वाइज आई न्यू माई बॉडी एंड एवरीथिंग वो था, लेकिन देखो विकल्प कहीं ना कहीं आप
आ ही जाता है. उस टाइम कैसे अपने आप को कंडक्ट करते हो?
So I randomly took a test, and and in disbelief, I left the kit.
Where was Ankit at this time?
He was in the room, and I didn't check it. I was like, okay, anyway, it's not gonna come positive, so I left it then. Or anyway, not just that, I wasn't sure that won't come positive. Maybe it's too early. Also, that I had that feeling. Sometimes HCG levels are not very good, so you can't really get to see that very quickly in the home test. But then, I glanced at it after 5 minutes, after washing my face, and the second line started appearing. I was like, the only thing that came to my mouth was like, Mahadev, how do you keep sending your grace to me like this? I'm not worthy of it. The first feeling that came was that I don't know what have I done to become your child. I asked for it, and it's in my lap in no time. And then I just very silently walked up to Ankit, who was half asleep in subconscious, and I told him, I think, Ankit, someone has come to our life. And he was like, what? He threw his blanket, everything away. It was winter's time. And then, after that I didn't sleep. I instantly took shower. I went for my sadhana. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I sat down. I kept the kit in front of the shrine, in front of the Mahadev. And then I did my 1 hour, 2 hour long sadhana that I'm used to doing. So it actually, we found out in the Brahm Muhurat, and I didn't sleep after that. I did my sadhana, and all I had in my heart was, wow, I can't believe this. And it's not just the God's grace, Shobhaji, it's the amount of effort you put into yourself. That's why I'm laying so much emphasis on preparing. Because we prepared, and because our body was there, this happened. So your preparation, your purification, your manifestation combined with the faith is what we really, really need. So that's how we found out. So all I had in my heart was immense gratefulness. And I still remember मेरे मन से यही निकला था कि गंगा मैया आप आ गए, because there's another, I'll talk about when I talk about Garbhadan Sanskar, the importance of it. I did it intentionally to invoke Ganga Maiya, and the moment I found out, I was like, Mahadev के जटाओं से निकल के आप सीधा मेरे पास आई हो. I had that feeling. I was full of feminine energy the moment I found out, and I was like, the only word that came out of my mouth was, Ganga Maiya आप आ गए, आप मेरे पास आ गए. So that was the feeling.
Wow. When you've done such beautiful preparation, इतने rituals किए होते हैं, वही होता है ना, आपकी वो मसल इतनी स्ट्रांग हो जाती है कि ऑटोमेटिकली आप ट्यून हो जाते हो, उस तरह से ही सोचोगे आप. यू डोंट हैव इफ्स एंड बट्स एंड सम अदर थॉट्स इन योर माइंड की उस समय समझ नहीं आ रहा, बिकॉज आप वो ट्रेन कर रहे हो अपने मसल माइंड को उस तरीके से टू बी इन दैट फीलिंग ऑफ एब्सोल्यूट ब्लिस एंड ग्रैटिट्यूड इन दैट मोमेंट. यू हैड शेयर्ड द स्टोरी विद मी पर्सनली अर्लियर. वी आर फ्रेंड्स ऑल्सो, सो हमने इस बारे में पहले भी बात की, एंड आई नो बहुत ही ब्यूटिफुली यू नैरेटेड योर एक्सपीरियंस. और जब मुझे पता चला था आई वॉज प्रेगनेंट, हम लोगों का इट टुक अस 3 attempts it took for us to be pregnant. Or I'm older than you, I'm 36, so I conceived at 36. And when we found out, like you were saying कि initially HCG levels भी उतने नहीं high होते हैं, तो in that kit the 2 pink lines एक line was pink and one was like very mild, sort of faint, very faint, mild pink or something. हमको समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि what is this. तो हमने कहा ब्लिंकिट वाले कहीं नकली किट्स बेच देते हैं. I don't know. This is some and let's order one more kit. So we ordered one more kit and we tested. Again the faint line came, but it was little darker than this one. Then we were like, I don't know. I mean, these are not two very strong lines. So what does this mean? है नहीं है, the kid is also doubting itself. We are also like, होगा क्या? Then next day we went to a gynae and she said, no. This means even if it's a faint line, it means that you're pregnant and HCG levels are not so high for you to have the clear lines on the kit. But yeah, it is happening. And I was down with a fracture at that point. I had fractured my ankle just a few days ago. And, one part of me training my body, like you said, 1 year you specially dedicated to this. I feel last few years, somewhere in my life, I have been trying to become a certain person, a person who has more courage, who is okay to be vulnerable, who has less fear. So this is like my attempt, not just only to be a certain type of a mother, but just to be a certain type of a person, that a vision that I see for myself. Because the way I was in my growing years, the way my decision making was, the way my selection of choices was, etc., etc. Another thing that I want to talk about, Grisha ji, is your experience of Garbhadharan Sanskar or Garbhadan Sanskar that you had done. You had gone to Gangotri, you had done some rituals with Ankit ji, and it was a beautiful, beautiful, practice that you did. A lot of us don't know about it. So what was that? Take us through that. And why did you do that?
Okay. So I really loved the point where you were saying that, you were not working on yourself just to be a good mother, but to be a good human being. So it's a very good lesson to all of the parents to be. If you are a value, full of value and a higher conscious person and a good human being, your child is bound to absorb all of that from you. So you need to understand, it's not about becoming a good mother or father. No, it's about becoming a good human being, because it's so difficult to preach something to your child which you are not, which you don't do. And trust me, no matter how hard you try to preach things that are not you, your child will never take that. The child learn more by observing and catching things as opposed to getting preached. So that's why it's important for you to be the person that you want your child to be, because your child will take that values and further enhance it based on the environment, education, and one's karmic cycles also, right? Now coming back to Garbhadan Sanskar, before that I want to cover one more the most important aspect of purification, so that we can get to the next step of Garbhadan Sanskar. So 3 months, let's say from now to next 3 months, after 3 months or 2 months you want to start conception. Let's say after 2 months you want to start tracking your ovulation and you want to start conception. It's important to go through a preliminary level of Panchakarma, Ayurvedic Panchakarma. I especially went to Kerala, stayed there 15 days. It's a 14-day Panchakarma I went through. From where you can do it, there are many good centers in every city. If you have time, energy and capacity, you can go to Kerala, which is the most authentic place for the Panchakarma practices. Be very clear, tell them that, I am planning for pregnancy, I want to balance doshas in my body. What happens is, if you have doshic imbalance in the body, it enhances during the time of pregnancy, because during the time of pregnancy, body goes through a lot of hormonal changes, a lot of vayus get changed. And know that a lot of yogic practices cannot be done during pregnancy. You can't manipulate your vayus. You have to let them be. So that time you don't have any other aid. So it's better that all of those vayus and doshas in the bodies are balanced. Your prakriti is established beautifully. For that, you have to go for the purification. You have been doing yogic practices, cleansing of the body through the Shatkriyas and Asana and Pranayam. Along with that, because your body has lots of toxins accumulated, you have no idea. Even the air, the breath that is still in your lungs and alveoli is still there for a very long time, and it's stale air. So that Pranayam helps with that. But when it comes to the inner organ cleansing, Panchakarma plays very important role. So 1 or 2 months before maximum, go for a panchkarma purification. Both husband and wife, if they can, go for it. So based on the imbalances in the body, they will recommend you whether it's a 5 day 7 day requirement or a 14 day requirement. It's all completely based on the analysis of how many imbalances you have, which dosha is imbalanced. They also prescribe you do's and don'ts in terms of diets, mitahar and food. So one more thing I want to add in the process of preparation is eating according to your body type is the most important part when it comes to mitahar. Not every food is meant for everybody. Not every food is also supported by your body. How do we find that out? When you consult an Ayurvedic doctor, they analyze you. Okay, based on their analysis, they tell you this is your prakriti and this is your vrikriti. This is the imbalance in the body. So based on the imbalances, they will first prescribe you certain foods which you should not be eating and should be eating to balance that. Once that is balanced, then they will slowly introduce the food according to your prakriti type. So working with an Ayurvedic nutritionist or an Ayurvedic doctor for at least 1 month in balancing your food habits is important. Going for an Ayurvedic cleansing process is very, very important. Now comes the Garbhadan Sanskar. Now comes the actual practices of Garbh Sanskar. The Garbhadan or the Garbh Upanishad say that minimum 3 months before the first attempt should be given to the complete purification. The scriptures literally say, or it's written that man and woman, both husband and wife, they were supposed to live separately. So no, intercourses were allowed. They were not supposed to go intimate, because the bija shuddhi is happening. The seed purification for man and woman both is happening. So there were specific designated areas back in those days. They would live there for 3 months. They would undergo a lot of Ayurvedic cleansing, yogic, sadhana, spiritual practices to purify themselves completely. And then after that, a specific date is decided. And before the date of conception comes the Garbhadan Sanskar. So now let me plant it nicely. This is the first sanskar out of 16 sanskaras according to the Sanatan Dharma that a child or a human must go through. These are not just ritual. There is a lot of intention involved, and there is a lot of spiritual practices are involved. Garbhadan Sanskar is the first sanskar, ideally done 1 month before the conception date. That means on the day you attempt the intercourse, you will do this 1 month before. You don't have to do it again and again every time. It's done once. Why is it done? It is done to invoke a certain deity or a certain god which you have a lot of faith in, or of which values you want in your child. So a Kalash Sthapana happen, you invite a Brahmin, you can do it at your home. The Homa or the Havan should actually be conducted at your home for the purification of the environment. So this scriptures also talk about that your house environment should be cleansed with the Homa or the Havan when you are inviting the soul, because the soul is not only coming into your womb, you are going to live in that house. So your house should also be conducive to that soul or that environment. So it can be done at your home. For me, I conducted a Shuddhi Havan at my home separately. But the Garbhadan, I wanted to do it in Gangotri because of my connection to Ganga Maiya, and I wanted to invoke her in my womb. For you, whichever god, whichever deity that you connect to the most, during the Garbhadan Sanskar, literally you are invoking that deity, the values of that deity, and you are inviting that deity into your womb, called Garbhadan Sanskar, meaning planting the seed into your womb already before attempting the conception. So see, here our scriptures don't consider the male semen or just the sperm as one of the seeds or the most important seed. No, they're saying before that your womb is already blessed with the energy and the grace of the god or the deity that you believe in. There are set of rituals, certain mantra chantings are done. Both husband and wife ideally should be present for this. You can do it at your home. Just make sure that whichever Brahmin you are inviting for the rituals knows the value and importance of this and is able to conduct the process properly. There's also dhyan or dharana involved in that. So once the rituals are done, they will mentally make you visualize that Devi or the god that you are your, the deity that you're invoking, and then mentally you have to invite the deity into the mother's womb. So husband will keep hands on the belly and purify the belly, and then you have to visualize the deity coming into your belly. So for me, in the kalash I had Ganga Jal, and for me, I invoked Ganga Maya, therefore Gangotri. So this is called Garbha Dan Sanskar. And then after that, you track your ovulation, and if possible, within that ovulation, if there's an auspicious day falling, don't miss that day. Make sure that you attempt the conception on that specific day. If there is no specific auspicious date, just take this piece of advice from me. Ovulation day is very auspicious. The whole cycle is very auspicious, right? So focus on the ovulation period, and then you follow the process of conception from there. And then, this month, next month, third month, how much ever time it takes, you attempt your ovulation. You follow the ovulation cycle every month and attempt the conception. So that's the importance of Garbhadan Sanskar.
So, with so much of connection, you have invited a soul into your womb with so much of consciousness. So how is the pregnancy going on for you right now? Like, what has changed now that you're in the 7.5 month, nearing the 8th month of your pregnancy, which is like very close to meeting the soul that you've invoked in your womb? How is the feeling right now? And share with me one very personal, emotional moment in this journey where you were like completely, which was like completely surreal, unbelievable sort of moment. Did you have those? In the age of social media, I feel there is so much pressure on us to feel a certain way, to behave a certain way. In fact, I was just 4 or 5 days ago was telling my husband in the night, why am I not having cravings in this pregnancy? I have zero cravings. No salty, no sugary, no nothing, no going out, no eating any specific kind of food and stuff like that. I was like, there's almost a pressure for you to have cravings, to have a story to tell.
Yeah.
That we used to go at 2 in the night. I used to feel this, nothing I'm feeling at 2 in the night, nothing I'm feeling at 2 in the afternoon or whatever, right? So there's so much pressure for us to feel a certain way. But having said that, did you have some very personal, up close, emotional moments during this whole journey?
Many.
Share with me one that stands out.
I remember one day, I think I was 4 months pregnant. One day I was sitting and I was doing my sadhana as usual in the morning, and tears of ecstasy started flowing from my eyes. I do not know why. And I felt like whole of my womb, it was lit into how Ganga Ma looks in the winters, right? Pristine blue. I felt like it's literally pristine blue. And from my heart, the only thing that came out was Gange, 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 Gange. And I started chanting Gange, Gange. So from here, it came up, and I started chanting Gange, Gange, Gange. And since then, I have been addressing my child with this name. And it didn't come consciously to me. I didn't decide it. But then, when I was in the dhyan, I literally felt the energy of how when you're standing in front of the Ganga Maya and you feel her energy, right? The sound of her moving and the vastness, right? The touch of the water is so beautiful. Like, I have taken dips at many places, but this touch of the water of Ganga is just something, right? All of those experiences started coming alive in that specific meditation, and every cell of my body was chanting her name, Gange, Gange, Gange. And it was so profound. It felt like that whole of my womb is full of water. And it is also full of water, but the experience of feeling that water within you, like, and it felt like that she's literally flowing through my womb.
Yeah.
That moment for me, I literally surrendered my every sense to her. I'm like, I don't know, am I delusional? Am I stupid? I don't know what I'm experiencing. I don't want to talk about it. I haven't shared it with anyone also, because I don't know, now I'm sharing it. Because these experiences are so beautiful and personal to you. And that time I felt like, that Garbhadan Sanskar was not just a Sanskar. Since then, I haven't had a single fear. You know why? Because to me, I was like, Ganga ka bachcha hai. मेरे को क्या चिंता करनी, You know, people were telling me you should not do the energy work, you should not go and conduct programs, you should not let anyone touch you, you should not hug anyone because of, you know, all kinds of energy coming to. In my heart, you know what I was feeling? Ganga ka bachcha hai. Who can get to this child? You tell me. See, this is how your thoughts are shaped. So this invoking process of the deity is like, I'm like, Ganga is literally the same for everyone, you know, and it's Ganga's child. So you tell me, everyone comes to Ganga to purify themselves. Tell me, how can this child of hers become impure, or can possibly become impure by someone giving some energy to me? So that's our mindset. And trust me, I have conducted all the classes. I have done all the pranic processes while I was there in Rishikesh, and everyone was telling me, how are you climbing up and down like that? Normal people, they said, when we were coming up, we were so scared.
Yeah.
And when they asked me, sir, we were all this time, we were thinking about how, you know, Grisha ji would have come up here. And I was doing, when I was 3-4 months pregnant, I was literally riding scooty up and down, you know, on the mountain. So not to be done by everyone, but because I had that mindset. So since then, I have always been in such a surrender that, you know, mera bachcha hi nahi hai, ye Ganga Maiya ka bachcha hai. Why should I be scared? You know, she will look after the baby.
You know, what I'm hearing in your story is that things are anywhere there. Like you said, ki water in my womb, that's anywhere there. My womb is anyway filled with water. But it's about that connection. Now, how you establish that connection. And it's a learned behavior, or it's a learned technique. We are not, you know, we are born to know connection. We are born to feel connection and appreciate connection. But through our growing years, something happens, the life gets to us, and feeling that connection is something that we kind of miss, and somewhere we become okay with missing that because we've missed it enough to kind of even recognize that there could be a connection. So when you have that feeling of connectedness with something, and at this moment with a soul in your womb, it is just so divine, and that divinity is coming through your description. You know, I was listening to you, and I was also kind of visualizing the womb filled with blue water and Ganga Maiya being there, and it is just so beautiful, and you know, seeing you brimming with this divinity, this femininity, this whole bliss energy within you, and that's the kind of thing that you kind of vibrate with through the day, through this whole journey, and that is what you kind of, by the automatic process of it, give to the child, which is just so beautiful. Then you don't have to force values, then you don't have to force things.
You don't. The role of mindset is so big. Actually, I'll tell you, Shobha ji, lots of women have been writing to me that, you know, we are so scared of the bodily changes to come. We might lose our career. This might happen, that might happen, all sorts of things happen. To me, these fears very much existed.
But what is your advice to those women? Because some people never get ready for that phase. So what should they do?
That's what I'm coming to. So you are going to gain. Like, I'm already 10 kgs up, and I'm, you know, I started at a very low weight. So I knew my body will, because my fat levels were very low at that time because of the sadhana and because of the diets that I've had. I was in very much balanced state. But then body naturally needs a higher amount of fat that's nature's law. ये प्रकृति का नियम है कि अगर आपकी बॉडी में फैट रिजर्व नहीं है तो प्रकृति फैट रिजर्व बनाएगी फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ द एंड द अपकीप ऑफ द बेबी. कल को अगर आपने बहुत अच्छी प्रैक्टिसेस की हैं, आपकी बॉडी मोबाइल है, एक्टिव है, सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा है, अगर उस फैट रिजर्व की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बहुत जल्दी वो फैट रिजर्व ख़त्म भी होगा. आई हैव सीन सो मैनी वुमेन हु वर वेरी वेरी एक्टिव थ्रू आउट देयर बिफोर देयर प्रेगनेंसी, ड्यूरिंग देयर प्रेगनेंसी, विद इन 1 month or 2 months without having to work their body so much. They lost 10-11 kgs immediately, and my doctor said the same thing for me, right? So there is no scope of fear here. जो प्रकृति का नियम है वो प्रकृति का नियम है. अगर आपको प्रेग्नेंट होना है, ये भी प्रकृति का नियम है, ये आप गो थ्रू करेंगे. अब उसके साथ जो चेंजेस आने वाले हैं, मैं तो कहती हूँ यू शुड लुक फॉरवर्ड टू दिस चेंजेस, बिकॉज एक मदर और एक वुमेन के लिए प्रकृति ने बहुत नेचुरली एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव फेज बनाया है. मैन डोंट हैव दीज विंडोज़. हर महीने एक आपको साइकिल आती है, वो आपका ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव फेज़ होता है. अगर आप चाहो तो आप बहुत कुछ बदल सकते हो, माइंडसेट ही बदल सकता है पीरियड्स के टाइम पे. ऐसे ही वुमेन को एक और शक्ति मिली है जो कि है माँ बनने की शक्ति, प्रेग्नेंट होने की शक्ति. उस समय में आपकी बॉडी ही नहीं, आपका माइंड बहुत ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस के थ्रू जाता है। जैसे फॉर मी बहुत सारी योगिक प्रैक्टिसेस को गिव अप करना, क्योंकि आप वो नहीं कर सकते हैं अपने बच्चे के साथ, तो मैंने अपने मन में ऐसा सोचा कि वाओ व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल चैलेंज, ये जो अटैचमेंट है, ये राग को छोड़ पाने का इतना अच्छा मौका है। आमतौर पे हम साधना से भी अटैच हो जाते हैं, बहुत सारे अच्छा आसन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, बहुत सारी अच्छा रोज़ सुबह उठ के पहले 4-5 महीने तक तो मैं 2-2.5 घंटे बैठ पाती थी साधना के लिए। आज आप मुझसे कहो 45 to 1 आवर की विंडो में आई हैव टू स्टैंड। कभी कभी सुबह उठते हैं, इतनी भूख लग रही होती है, यू फील वेरी हंग्री कि आप खाली पेट बैठ के साधना नहीं कर सकते, तो आप क्या करोगे? यू हैव टू ईट, सो यू हैव टू लेट गो ऑफ योर मॉर्निंग साधना फॉर एटलीस्ट कपल ऑफ आवर्स, फिर आपको वो शाम को, तो बहुत कुछ बदल रहा है। लेकिन इसके साथ साथ मेरा माइंड भी बदल रहा है, यानी वो और ज़्यादा जिसे कहते हैं कि रिफाइन हो रहा है। तो जो पिछले सालों में एक अपने रूटीन से अटैचमेंट हो गई थी, एक अपनी प्रैक्टिस से अटैचमेंट हो गई थी, एक दिनचर्या से, तो अटैचमेंट को लेट गो करने का इतना अच्छा मौका मुझे मिल रहा है। इट्स रियली रियली ब्यूटीफुल। तो ऑलवेज लुक फॉरवर्ड टू दीज चेंजेस दैट आर कमिंग टू यू। ऑल्सो नो दैट ये हमेशा ऐसे नहीं रहने वाले। अगर आप डिसिप्लिन्ड हो, आपको अपने अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस है, आप रिजिलियंट हो, तो आप बहुत आसानी से वापस से अपने आप को स्थापित कर पाओगे इन नो टाइम, चाहे फिर कुछ भी हो।
मुझे लगता है नेचर का एक बहुत ब्यूटीफुल तरीका है आपको ऑटोमेटिकली ऐसी सिचुएशंस में डाल देना, कभी वो ज़्यादा भूख लग के, कभी वो एसिडिटी होकर, कभी वो कम नींद आने से, इस फेज़ के दौरान, प्रेगनेंसी फेज़ के दौरान, कि आगे आने वाली ज़िंदगी में बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपके अटैचमेंट स्टाइल से अलग होने वाली हैं। ये दिखाती है कि आने वाली ज़िंदगी के लिए आपको तैयार कैसे होना है। ग्रीशा जी, हम बात कर रहे थे कि कुछ जो वुमेन हैं या कपल्स हैं जो प्रेग्नेंट होना चाहते हैं, लेकिन अभी वो फियर के माइंडसेट से गुजर रहे हैं, उनको डाउट्स हैं किसी भी चीज़ को लेकर, या अपनी फ़िज़िकल बॉडी को लेकर श्योर नहीं है, या शायद रिलेशनशिप उनका आपस में उस तरीके का नहीं है, या फिर एनवायरनमेंट इकोसिस्टम जिसमें रहते हैं वहाँ से कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा है कि आई वांट टू ब्रिंग अ चाइल्ड इन दिस लाइफ। व्हाट वुड योर एडवाइस टू दोज पीपल बी? शुड दे वेट एंड प्रिपेयर देमसेल्व्स फुली, या फिर इसी उधेड़बुन में कंसेप्शन कर लेते हैं? मैं देखती हूँ कई लोग ना उसी उधेड़बुन में कंसीव कर लेते हैं, और फिर वो प्रेगनेंसी का फेज़ भी बहुत टेंस्ड हो जाता है, लोडेड हो जाता है। ऑफ कोर्स इट हैज़ इट्स ओन मोमेंट्स ऑफ जॉय ऑल्सो, ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन वो एक्सपीरियंस बहुत डिफरेंट और बहुत यूनिकली पॉजिटिव और बहुत यूनिकली ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव हो सकता है, जो नहीं हो पाता है। तो आप क्या कहोगे ऐसे लोगों को कि इवन इफ लेट्स से हमें डर है कि हमारी उम्र निकले जा रही है, या प्रेशर आ रहा है, या बहुत वक्त हो गया है, या रिलेशनशिप की वजह से, वट एवर रीज़न की वजह से आप कंसीव करना चाहते हो, लेकिन आपका माइंड अभी फियरलेस नहीं है, व्हाट शुड दोज पीपल डू?
So I'll tell you according to my own sadhana experiences and from the gurus and also from the scriptures, why does fear come? We need to understand fear comes because of lack of action. जहाँ पे लैक ऑफ एक्शन होगा वहाँ पे ओवर थिंकिंग और फियर तो घर करेगा ही करेगा, देयर इज़ नो डाउट। अब क्योंकि आप अपने ऊपर फिज़िकली वर्क नहीं कर रहे हो, मेंटली वर्क नहीं कर रहे हो, आप प्राणिक सिस्टम पे वर्क नहीं कर रहे हो, आप उसकी कोई तैयारी नहीं कर रहे हो, तो जायज़ सी बात है कि डर तो रहेगा। द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन योर सेल्फ, मान लीजिए आपके पास बहुत समय भी नहीं है, कीप अ 6 month विंडो, कीप अ 3 month विंडो, जहाँ इतने साल निकल गए 3 months में कुछ नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत समय निकल जाएगा, लेकिन उस 3 month में अपने आप को डेडिकेट कर दो। जितनी भी प्रैक्टिसेस हमने अभी बात करी, आयुर्वेद की हो गई, योगा की हो गई, अपने आप को एक ऐसे डिसिप्लिन में उतार दो जब आपके मन में पॉजिटिविटी भरी होगी ना कि आई एम वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स इट, द थॉट ऑफ आई एम वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स इट विल टेक अवे ऑल द फियर, बिकॉज वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स समथिंग मीन्स यू हैव द कॉन्फिडेंस कि सब कुछ अच्छा होने वाला है, बिकॉज मैं अपने पे काम कर रहा हूँ। अच्छा, मान लीजिए कि आपने 3 महीने अपने आप को पॉजिटिविटी से भरा, किसी भी कारणवश नहीं, पहले 2 अटैम्प्ट, 3 अटैम्प्ट, 4 अटैम्प्ट में आपका क्लियर नहीं हुआ, या आप अभी कंसीव नहीं कर पाए, तो भी यहाँ पे ईश्वर प्रणिधान होना चाहिए कि आई विल गिव माई बेस्ट, आई विल रिसीव द फ्रूट्स ऑफ माई कर्मा व्हेन आई एम बाउंड टू रिसीव इट, बट वरिंग अबाउट द फ्रूट्स ऑफ योर कर्मा इज़ ओनली गोइंग टू ऐड प्रॉब्लम टू इट। तो पहले फियर, वहीं पे कहाँ फियर आता है, जहाँ पे हम हमेशा रिजल्ट की चिंता करते हैं कर्म करने से पहले। फियर वहीं होता है जब आपने कर्म कर दिया, अब आपको चिंता नहीं। अब आपको याद है जब हम एग्ज़ाम के लिए तैयारी कर रहे होते हैं, एग्ज़ाम जब दे आए फिर हम चिंता करना थोड़ी बंद कर देते हैं कि अब तो जो होगा देखा जाएगा। लेकिन जब तक एग्ज़ाम आता नहीं है तब तक हमारे अंदर कितना ज़्यादा एड्रेनलिन रहता है, रेस्टलेसनेस रहती है, प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो। एग्ज़ाम देने के बाद आप देखोगे वो प्रेशर और वो टेंशन थोड़ी कम हो जाती है। सेम यहाँ पे प्रोसेस है कि एक्शन लेके आओ, जितना प्रिपरेशन पे फोकस रखोगे उतना आपका डर कम होगा। ये वाइस वर्सा है, ये हैंड इन हैंड काम करता है। सो दैट्स फॉर श्योर दैट। दूसरा, हमें ये समझने की ज़रूरत है कि जहाँ पे प्रकृति के ऊपर आप चीज़ें छोड़ते हो, प्रकृति अपने कोर्स पे काम करती है, आपकी मर्ज़ी से काम नहीं करती। कई बार बॉडी को समय लगता भी है और प्रकृति का नियम है कि जब तक एक प्रॉपर फीटस आपके वूम में इम्प्लांट नहीं हुआ है जो कि हेल्दी है ग्रोथ के लिए, कई बार प्रकृति उसे डिस्कार्ड भी करती है। जैसे कि मैंने एग्जांपल दिया, हर फूल या हर कली, ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हर कली फूल बन जाए, कुछ कलियां भी ऐसे मुरझा जाती हैं क्योंकि प्रकृति को पता है कि ये कली प्रॉपर फूल बनने के लिए रेडी नहीं है। कमिंग टू द बिगेस्ट फियर विच इज़ मिसकैरेजेस। बहुत सारी फीमेल्स मुझे लिखते हैं, इवन मेल्स की, वी हैव बीन थ्रू मिसकैरेजेस, माई हार्ट इज़ विद देम। इतना आसान नहीं होता शोभा जी, यहाँ बैठ के बात करना, जब हम उस फेज़ से नहीं गुजरे हैं शायद आसान, लेकिन उनकी फीलिंग्स को समझ पाना बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल है। बट एट द सेम टाइम नो दैट कि कोई भी, प्रकृति का ये भी नियम है जो हम भूल जाते हैं कि कोई भी सीड अगर बहुत पोटेंशियल नहीं होता है फुल फ्लोन ग्रो होने के लिए एक फ्लावर में या फ्रूट में, तो प्रकृति का नियम है उस सीड को डिस्कार्ड करना। इसलिए डॉक्टर्स भी समझाते हैं कि होता है कई बार 1 in 5 प्रेगनेंसीज जो होती हैं फर्स्ट फ्यू स्टेजेस में डिस्कार्ड हो जाती हैं, बिकॉज़ कई बार फीटस जो बनता है वो बहुत ज़्यादा परफेक्टली हेल्दी नहीं होता ग्रोथ के लिए। तो अपने आप को हैवी करने की बजाय हैव फेथ इन गॉड एंड रीस्टार्ट। हम फिर से शुरू करते हैं, अपने आप को समय देते हैं, अपनी बॉडी एनर्जी सिस्टम को रिलैक्स करते हैं और रीस्टार्ट करते हैं। अब यहाँ पे आप फियर ले आए, चिंता ले आए, तो आप सोचो कि आपका नेक्स्ट अटैम्प्ट कितना ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट हो जाएगा या थर्ड अटैम्प्ट कितना ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट हो जाएगा। सो दिस इज़ व्हाट यू नीड टू हैव। और जो आपके कर्म में है वो तो आपको मिलेगा ही मिलेगा। नो वन कैन स्टॉप यू फ्रॉम दैट। मेरी फैमिली में अभी रिसेंटली वन ऑफ द females, she was planning pregnancy, she was trying to conceive from 25 years. She conceived after 25 years. 25 years of marriage, all her IVFs failed, everything failed, but वो योगा करती रही, उन्होंने कभी योगा या अपना दिनचर्या, अपना डिसिप्लिन नहीं छोड़ा। एंड इमेजिन, एक लास्ट साइकिल में उन्होंने कहा कि आई वांट टू अटेम्प्ट वन मोर IVF. शी डिड इट एंड शी गॉट प्रेग्नेंट एंड शी डिलीवर्ड हेल्थीली. Now imagine, you are bound to receive the fruits, but if you worry about fruits so much right now before putting the efforts, और कभी कभी प्रकृति को समय लगता है और हमें इस चीज़ की एक्सेप्टेंस जितनी हमारे अंदर होगी उतना ज़्यादा आराम से हम इस प्रोसेस में उतर पाएंगे।
वो एक्सेप्टेंस भी कहीं ना कहीं सरेंडर की भावना से आती है। और ये जितनी भी हम भावनाओं की बातें कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम दोनों योग करते रहें, सिखाते भी रहें, तो मुझे लगता है कि उसको समझना बहुत आसान हो जाता है। योग जो है बहुत सिंपल तरीका है ये सारी भावनाओं को समझने का। आपने प्रतिपक्ष भावना की बात की, हमने उपेक्षा की बात की, ये सारे बहुत प्रोफाउंड योगा प्रैक्टिसेस हैं। तो जो लोग इस कॉन्वर्जेशन को सुन रहे हैं, अगर आप ज़्यादा कुछ अपनी लाइफ में बदलाव नहीं ला सकते तो एटलीस्ट योग को तो ज़रूर उतारें अपनी ज़िंदगी में। ईश्वर प्रणिधान करें, बहुत
ज़रूरी है। चाहे वो प्रेगनेंसी हो, चाहे अपने जीवन का कोई भी फेस हो। हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी को बहुत सरफेस लेवल पे समझते हैं, हमें पता ही नहीं है कि फेथ की पावर कितनी ज़्यादा होती है। स्पेशली विमेन के लिए मैं यहाँ पे कहूँगी, क्योंकि उनके लिए ये बहुत क्रूशियल प्रोसेस होता है। बहुत सारी फीमेल्स अपनी बॉडी को डाउट करने लग जाती है। आई लिटरली हैव सो मेनी मैसेजेस वेयर फीमेल्स हैव रिटन, आई फील माई बॉडी हैज़ फेल्ड मी। आपकी बॉडी आपको कभी फेल कर ही नहीं सकती। हो सकता है कि आपकी प्रैक्टिसेस कहीं ना कहीं, आपका दिनचर्या, आपका लाइफस्टाइल, आपका माइंड आपको फेल कर रहा हो, लेकिन आपकी बॉडी आपको फेल कभी भी नहीं करेगी। एंड द मोर यू पुट फेथ इन योर बॉडी, जिस मंदिर में आप गर्भगृह बनाना चाह रहे हो, उस मंदिर के दीवारों में अगर हम फेथ नहीं करेंगे तो उस गर्भगृह की क्या वैल्यू होगी? कुछ भी नहीं। तो आप सोचो कि ये गर्भाधान संस्कार लिटरली एस्टैब्लिशिंग अ गर्भगृह विद इन द 4 walls ऑफ दिस टेम्पल वी कॉल बॉडी। दैट्स हाउ मच पॉजिटिविटी यू हैव।
ग्रीशा जी, एक और बहुत खूबसूरत प्रैक्टिस जो आप कर रहे हो, जो मैंने आपकी इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरीज़ पे भी देखी है, वो है राग प्रैक्टिस। कि ना आप अपनी सिंगिंग, संगीत पर काम कर रहे हो, और प्रेगनेंसी के दौरान ऐसा कहा जाता है कि आपका जो सोल है जो आपके गर्भ में है, वो सब सुन सकता है, आपकी बातें सुन सकता है। और साउंड जो है एक बहुत ही थेरेप्यूटिक एनर्जी है। हम अडल्ट्स के लिए भी साउंड हील्स अस सो मेनी वेज़। हम नेचर के पास जाना ही इसलिए चाहते हैं, नदी के पास बैठकर अच्छा ही इसलिए लगता है, पार्क में, बगीचे में चिड़ियों की चहचहाट अच्छी इसलिए लगती है, बिकॉज साउंड हैज़ वेरी हीलिंग प्रॉपर्टीज़। एंड यू आर लर्निंग संगीत, और आप उस पर काम कर रहे हो। तो टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट दैट, व्हाई इज़ दैट हैपनिंग, और उससे क्या आपको कुछ रिजल्ट मिल रहा है, कुछ क्या इंटेंशन है उसके पीछे?
बहुत सुंदर क्वेश्चन है. Before we proceed about the गर्भ संस्कार practices, which is one of these is listening to संगीत और Indian classical music, and I'll come to that क्यों वो होता है, और chanting और शास्त्र पढ़ना या शास्त्रों का अध्ययन करना इस टाइम पे क्यों इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है. उससे पहले एक जो दूसरा संस्कार है, क्योंकि हम एक सीक्वेंस में बात कर रहे हैं, तो लेट मी कवर दैट. अब ये संस्कार का नाम भी लोगों ने नहीं सुना है. अब गर्भाधान संस्कार फिर भी लोगों ने सुना होगा, बट द सेकेंड संस्कार विच इज़ डन आफ्टर द 3 months आर कम्प्लीट. कहते हैं 3 months तक यू डोंट टेल एनी वन. सो दिस संस्कार इज़ फॉर द अनाउंसमेंट नाउ दैट यू नो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग. कितना सुंदर है. दिस इज कॉल्ड पुंसवन संस्कार. पुंसवन संस्कार इज वेयर नाउ दे से fetus is stable, everything is good. The first 3 months which are riskful months, यूजुअली सबके लिए नहीं होता, जहाँ पे थोड़ा रिस्क ओरिएंटेड है, वो रिस्क ख़त्म हो गया. अब हम सबको समाज में बताने के लिए रेडी हैं. वी आर रेडी टू अनाउंस दैट वी आर प्रेग्नेंट. दिस संस्कार इज़ डन विद द फैमिली. वेरी ब्यूटिफुल रिचुअल. गुड़ैल की बेल का रस निकाल के द मदर of the mother to be, she will put that in her nose, right? Certain mantras are chanted for the protection of the womb, protection of the baby. इस time पे कवचम is prepared by the Brahmin or by the by your guru, if you have a guru. They prepare a kavacham for the mother, which is usually made up of the mantras. So that is given to the mother in Punsavan Sanskar for the protection of the womb. So she chants that every single day from here on, for the good growth of the child and also for the protection of the womb. So Garbh Raksha Kavacham is prepared at this point in time. Also certain jap or Anushtan is taken, Sankalp is taken for the protection of the child at this time. So very beautiful puja conducted. It's time pe when we conducted our Punsavan, we also did the Bhojan Seva. So after the Punsavan Sanskar was completed, we gave out food to a lot of people. So any seva you should do, thanking God that my 3 months are now gone, I'm stable, my baby is stable. So also conducting some sort of seva. So that second Punsavan Sanskar is done once the 3 months are complete. Within the 4th month period you should do it. Now coming to the Garbh Sanskar practices. Quite honestly with you, there are so many apps and organizations now out there who design these programs for you. But because I've been in sadhana for quite some time, I somehow have been in tune with these practices. Not that I'm doing it now, but I've been doing them. But
Right.
let me call them out now so that any mother to be should not miss out on this. So first is Garbh Dhyan or Garbh Dhyan is usually comprised of meditation and chantings. So chanting Garbh Raksha Strotam, Lalita Sahasranam, Vishnu Sahasranam. I've been chanting Lalita Sahasranam even before I got pregnant. Since then I learnt it from a teacher, the proper pronunciation. Sanskrit sounds and syllables have a lot of role to play when you chant them loudly, and when your baby hears those, the vocabulary of the baby and the vocal clarity comes a lot with the Sanskrit chanting. Okay, so that's why chanting of the Garbh Raksha Strotam, Lalita Sahasranamam, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Devi, all sort of Strotam and Shatkams are very, very good, very, very helpful. Also Durga Shapshati, so that's also very powerful. So these are the chantings that can be a part of your Garbh Sanskar rituals every day. One simple chant, you can pick up 2 or 3 or 1 Strotam and chant that every day. You don't have to do too many. We overwhelm ourselves and then we are not able to to do anything. So any specific chant that you connect to. So for me, chanting Lalita Sahasranam is something that I really connected to. So I have kept that as a main chanting for me. So having 1, 2, 3 Sanskrit chanting or Kavacham chanting as a part of your Garbh Sanskar, this thing. Second is Garbh Ahar, we covered the food, the mitahar, the foods that you are eating are going to play a lot of role in your entire pregnancy. It's also said scientifically that the food that mother eats, if she eats wide variety of foods, does not only hold on to certain cravings and certain foods because that is making her feel good. If she eats wide variety of foods, all sorts of taste, ras in Ayurveda we say, when goes to the child, helps child develop the taste buds for that. So even that is the Garbh Ahar. Then comes the Naad, which is the
Sounds,
Sangeet.
Sangeet.
Now listening to different rags, peaceful rags, very very. Why? Because if you see our Sangeet Shastra is very profound.
Oh.
There are notes there. Every instrument has a different. It sort of strikes a different chord in your system, right? So our body, we know that it's nothing but all the cells and atoms are moving. It's just the energy. That's what yoga says, right? Whole of you are nothing but lots of cells and atom vibrating at a certain level. Now, because music has vibration, music also, it travels. Sound has the capacity to travel through you into. That's why when you listen to classical music, you begin to feel different. Your emotional state change. It has the capacity to penetrate through you. Likewise, when you listen to the music, not only through your ears, when that music reaches, it penetrates literally through the walls of your womb and through the water and reaches the child. And the vibration is so powerful that it soothes the child also, right? So it strikes different chords in your energy system. Every sound, technically, you may think that you are hearing from here, but if I say sa, re, ga, it is going to target a certain area in your body. That's why even the chakra mantras or the chakra mantras has certain beej sounds that you chant upon to meditate. So therefore, Sangeet sadhana, or if you can't sing, listening to certain instrument, certain rag, like in the morning Rag Bhairav is considered very very Rag Ahir Bhairav or Rag Bhairav. In the evening Rag Yaman. So even morning and evening different rags are given to calm you down, and those sounds are going to be very 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 helpful for the baby. Helps the vocab development, the neural development of the child, and also something that you and baby do together. Not something that you are doing differently. You and baby are doing something together for a certain set period of time is also going to. These are so powerful, Shobhaji. Once the baby is born, the sounds that baby has heard throughout the pregnancy in the womb, the baby is going to calm down when you play these sounds once the baby. So when baby is going through illness, disease, discomfort, going through some problem, you play these sounds and these sounds will instantly soothe the baby down.
And there are cases when your doctors even tell that, because they hear from their patients or the mothers that, जब ये वाला गाना सुनता है ना, तो इसकी एनर्जी चेंज हो जाती है. जब ऐसे करो ना, तो ये रोना बंद कर देता है. So where is that ऐसे और ये वाला sound coming from? It is coming from what you have done or what you have laid as a foundation.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Even for the father, I want to say that सब कुछ ऐसा नहीं होता है कि मदर जो कुछ कर रही है वही. Like for example, let's say father picks up one mantra or one chant that to the baby every single day. Not only baby will develop a relationship with the sound of the father, but then once the baby comes out, when father chants that specific mantra, stotam or whatever song, the child is instantly going to calm down in his hands also. Like for me and my husband, he chants Hanuman Chalisa every single night from the time we have conceived. So now baby many a times respond also to Hanuman Chalisa when he chants.
I feel babies are more generous to their fathers. To their fathers on the very small little thing, even Hari will come and say and touch the womb and say, "Hello baby, it's your papa speaking." He's immediately responding.
He's alive,
And I am doing that the whole day. Of course, it responds to me also.
Yeah.
But not on every call. So that's really बचपन से कहीं ना कहीं अंदर से शुरू हो जाता है that fathers के लिए they are more generous about things.
नहीं आपको ऐसा लग रहा है.
Keeping the jokes apart, keeping the jokes apart. But I wanted to bring in the father's role also. In this whole conscious conception journey, what is the role of a father?
As much as there is a role of a mother.
A mother has to purify her body, has to purify
so does the father.
The mind and all of that.
Yes.
And so does the father.
So does the father.
I think we put so less emphasis on a father's role, even before conception, during conception and after conception, that after delivery or after having the child, that it needs to be talked about more. So you said the father also needs to go through all of these processes, which is purification of the body 100%. And the mind and thoughts and everything. Beautifully said. Now that you are close to your meeting your baby.
So are you.
For me, my water might just break now.
I'm so surprised how you're sitting.
I know. My bladder is full. I really need to pee now. But coming to the closure of this conversation, Grisha ji, I want to also ask, since you are reading about these things, since you're practicing the sanskars also, I want to talk about the labor and the final step in this journey as well. How are you preparing for the labor? What have you thought about it? What are the samskars? What are the therapies that you're doing or things that you're listening to? Or what is it? Are you just going with the flow? I am going with the flow, you can see.
I very much am going with the flow. You know why? Because for me, training my mind didn't start now. Didn't start 1 month before. I see so many pregnant women reach out to us 2 months before their delivery that now they want to do yoga because they want a natural
delivery,
delivery or whatsoever. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
I also don't believe in that.
You have been doing it since that long. Now you're not worried about the D-Day. I know whatever happens, again, it's Ganga's child. She knows how to bring the child into the world. I am not worried about it at all. So I have given all the reins to my mother. I call her my mother, and I'm not worried. However, yes, once the 7th month is over, once the 8th month starts for you, you have to focus on certain practices. For example, opening your pelvis. Till the 7th month, you protect the pelvis, you strengthen it, you protect it because of the early dilation chances. When it comes to yogic practices, once the 8th month starts, now is the time you start to work on opening the pelvis more and more. So more pelvic opening practices. That's why you actually need prenatal yoga guidance and teacher. You should not conduct any of these practices on your own because you are not aware, and especially at this time you don't want to take risks. So you should be practicing under a yoga teacher. Coming to this, positivity, looking forward to a healthy baby more than the type of delivery, trusting your body. Trust me, the more you trust your body throughout this process, as I said, the more you read the book called Self, the more you know what to expect when the time comes. Your body will naturally get into it without any doubt. Working on the pelvis, so many yogic practices are there. For example, malasan में बैठना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, hip opening practices करना. जितना आप ज़मीन पे बैठेंगे इस टाइम पे उतना और भी ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल. जैसे बहुत लंबे समय नहीं, बट कोशिश करो कि ज़मीन पे बैठ रहे हो आप. वॉक्स बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल हो जाएंगी. स्क्वाटिंग, मलासन जैसे प्रैक्टिसेस या आसन बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल हो जाते हैं. सीढ़ियाँ आराम से चढ़ना या उतरना और हेल्पफुल हो जाती हैं. तो इस टाइम पे आप पेल्विस के ऊपर जितना उसे खोलने में काम करेंगे, जो कि 7th मंथ तक हमें एक्चुअली प्रोटेक्ट करना होता है, वो सब बदल जाता है. 8th मंथ लगते ही हमें ये सारी चीज़ों पे काम करना है. सेकेंडली, गर्भ संवाद का जो हमने एक बात छोड़ दी, गर्भ संवाद बहुत अच्छा एक गर्भ संस्कार का सबसे बड़ा एस्पेक्ट है. वो ये है कि अपने बच्चे से कॉन्स्टेंटली बात करते रहना. अब इस समय में आकर जब वैसे आप उनसे वैल्यूज़ की बात करो, परिवार की बात करो, शास्त्रों की बात करो, कुछ भी जो भी वैल्यू आपको अपने बच्चे को देनी है, आप गर्भ संवाद लिटरली इज़ लाइक टॉकिंग टू योर चाइल्ड अबाउट एवरीथिंग. बट यहाँ पे अब आपको बच्चे से क्या बात करनी है. अब आपको बच्चे से बात करनी है कि कुछ ही समय में समय आने वाला है कि आप आओगे, आप इस घर से निकल के इस घर में आओगे। यहाँ बच्चे से बात करो कि अब आपको इस समय आराम से अपना समय पूरा करके पोजीशन ले लेनी है, आपको अपनी मैया का बहुत साथ देना है, जब पेन शुरू होंगे तो आपको पुश करना है। तो जो बात जो आप दुनिया से कर रहे हो ना, डर के लिए, वही सेम बातें अपने बच्चे से करो। टेल योर चाइल्ड कि कैसे आपके बेबी को आपको सपोर्ट करना है इस टाइम पे, और वो सारी बातें आपका बच्चा समझ रहा है, सुन रहा है और बिल्कुल सपोर्ट करेगा। वो सारे डर जो आप दुनिया से ले रहे हो बात कर करके कि क्या होगा, क्या करना चाहिए, पॉजिटिविटी अपने और अपने बच्चे के अंदर गर्भ संवाद द्वारा भरो, गर्भ संवाद का इस्तेमाल करो, अपने बच्चे को प्रिपेयर करो। फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल ये भी बातें करनी होती हैं कि आपकी मैया इस समय सोती है, इस समय उठती है, आप मैया के साथ सोना, मैया के साथ उठना, है ना। इस समय खाना खाना होता है, ये दिन होता है, ये रात होता है, दिन का समय ये होता है, सूरज आता है तो रात का समय ये होता है, रोशनी होती है तो कैसा लगता है। उसको ये अपने बच्चे को ये बातें पहले ही बताओ, वूम में अपना रूटीन इंट्रोड्यूस कर दो कि ऐसा ऐसा रूटीन रहता है, एंड इसका बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट होता है विच वी डू नॉट नो। सो गर्भ संवाद करो प्लस अपनी योगिक प्रैक्टिसेस करो जो कि आपके पेल्विस को नेचुरल बर्थ के लिए प्रिपेयर करती हैं।
इट इज़ सो ब्यूटिफुल, ये जो गर्भ संवाद है इतना इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है प्रेगनेंसी जर्नी का। मदर्स तो अक्सर करती ही हैं, लेकिन अगर फादर्स भी ये करें तो मुझे लगता है बहुत ज़्यादा एम्पलीफाई हो जाती है पॉजिटिविटी। मेरे हस्बैंड जो हैं वो बार बार मेरे वूम को टच करके बेबी को बोलते हैं कि बेबी आप भी एक सोल हो, मम्मा भी एक सोल है, और सोल बड़ी या छोटी नहीं होती है, तो यू कैन टेक केयर ऑफ़ योर मदर। जब वो ऐसे बोलते हैं कि आपको आपकी मदर का ध्यान रखना है, तो आई लिटरली हैव टीयर्स इन माई आइज़ कि इतना छोटा सा बच्चा जो अभी अंदर है उसको आप ये जिम्मेदारी दे रहे हो। तो माई हस्बैंड सेज वो जिम्मेदारी ले सकता है बिकॉज इट्स अ सोल एंड यू आर अ सोल, और सोल कभी बड़ी छोटी नहीं होती है। सोल इज़ अ सोल, ही इज़ इक्वली केपेबल एज यू आर। एंड मुझे रियलाइज़ हुआ कि कितनी प्रोफाउंड बात है ये। तो इस तरह के छोटे छोटे रिचुअल्स और प्रैक्टिसेस में कितना कनेक्शन एज अ कपल, आप हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ क्लोज आ सकते हैं, आप अपने बच्चे के क्लोज आ सकते हैं, और इस जर्नी को बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल और होलसम बना सकते हैं। Risha ji, it was such a beautiful, profound conversation with you. The idea of doing this episode was only to spread some positivity because conception has become such a difficult topic for a lot of people, and now that I'm visiting a gynecologist every other week, I'm seeing so many people with so many problems, and I'm hearing so many things. So such positive, conversations, and also such ancient wisdom must go to people, and they must start anchoring themselves into something, क्योंकि हम सभी को कुछ ना कुछ लाइफ में जब थोड़े होपलेस हो जाते हैं चाहिए होता है जहाँ पे हम एंकर कर सकें खुद को। बहुत अच्छी बात है अगर आप खुद में ही वो एंकर ढूंढ ले, जैसे आपने कहा स्टार्ट रीडिंग योर ओन सेल्फ, बेस्ट थिंग। बट समटाइम्स इफ़ यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू दैट बिकॉज ऑफ वॉट एवर, आपका सेल्फ इस्टीम लो है, कॉन्फिडेंस लो है, एनवायरनमेंट में आपको पॉजिटिविटी नहीं आ रही है, दीज कॉन्वर्जेशंस कैन बिकम एन एंकर एंड कैन गिव यू दैट होप दैट कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो आपके हाथ में भी हैं। प्रकृति इज़ प्लेइंग इट्स रोल, नेचर अपना करेगा, जो आपके कर्म हैं उनकी अपनी साइकिल चलेगी, सब कुछ हो रहा है। बट कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो आपके हाथ में हैं और जो करके आप उसी मोमेंट में पूर्ण फील कर सकते हो। यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग होल, whether you embark on this journey or not, whether you are seeking this journey or not. I really hope that positivity reaches out to everybody. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. Our prayers are with every single soul that is to come, every mother, every father to be. Just know that once you have given the reins to your deity, to your God, and once you put in your best, you are bound to receive the gifts of it, and there will be no at all, none fear, no, not even a single fear in you, and you will see that when you do the practices. So I really hope that everyone remain as blessed as we are in this journey,
and I hope we do an episode when we both have our little toddlers, our little babies in our hands, and we share those experiences as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Grisha ji.
Thank you so much. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
God bless you.
Thank you for watching today's podcast. I'm sure आज के इस podcast में आपको बहुत सारे ऐसे pockets मिले होंगे जहाँ से बहुत practical, nuanced knowledge के साथ साथ बहुत सारी hope और एक अपने आप को ट्रांसफॉर्म करने की चाबी आपको मिली होगी इस कॉन्वर्जेसन से. If you found this conversation good, please do share it with all expecting mothers, couples who are planning conception, so that they can be more aware about the idea of bringing a new life into this world. Please support the channel, like, comment, share. You know that YouTube algorithms work in a certain way, and that way needs your support. Thank you for watching us, and we'll see you in the next one. Namaste.